Hi, nerds. Okay, let me go about getting a window capture. And we are going to squeeze this window on into its spot. Cozy stream time, huh? Yep. Okay, this isn't quite gonna fit, but that's okay. And got it. And close that. How's it going, guys? I've been okay. I've been very busy. Hi, silliest. It's been quite a long day, but it's okay. I'm gonna squeeze this on in here. Never went to the store. Uh-oh. There we go. It's fit in. You got good? Doubt. Alright, and I'm loading tits up right now, so before you start throwing things, you know. Look at y'all just above my head. Gonna go tomorrow? Okay, good. We got ourselves a new overlay. I got my coffee maker plugged in so I get to have coffee. I hate someone. Child, you know that's not good for you. How are you, Hypno? Oh shit, I'm sorry guys, I didn't realize. I'm far, not only am I far away, I'm just in a weird spot compared to my mic. There we go. I apologize, you're gonna hear my microphone, or my coffee maker pissing in the background. Hi, Belle. That coffee maker is loud. Sorry. Oh. Let's see how loud this is going to be.
The year is
wonderful. All right, are we ready, guys? We are watching Amtrak Guy 365's video on the history of trains. Thank you. Almost just put coffee in my mouth that was literally just brewed. Also, what do you think of my new overlay? Overlay cool, gonna need it. Uh-oh. Let me pop this out. I'm gonna tell Tay that I'm live. Maybe in okay. Let me go text my wife. Okay. Wife texted. Life good. Huh. So YouTube chat does not exist, apparently. I can't moderate YouTube chat. So that's not very cool. But okay. You ate YouTube? Damn. Think if you had Pat Square of this. Let's see if I can make something work here. Maybe it's because I'm using a different account for stream or for to play the video we're supposed to be watching. Okay, we're good. We're good. I got it working. All right, nerds, are you ready? My literally 0 people on YouTube. What do you think, Twitch chat? Are we good? Twitch chat, yeah. Well, I'm gonna take the lack of an answer as a yes and say, "Hi, John. How are you?" I don't remember if I've seen this video, but I'm pretty sure I know everything in it. Making dinner at Yamipi. Oh. I fell asleep and I almost didn't have time to get set up done. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it.
The year is definitely not 2024. Where? I don't know. Anywhere, really. People and goods are getting around using horses, ships, and their feet, but they're slow. Very.
The editing is so aggressive. I aspire to this level of effort.
Very slow. The Greeks carved out a grooved trackway to transport boats on land with carts.
I'd heard about that. It was an attempt at mass producing shipping. Be safe, recruit.
Almost like a...
Look at that track, though. They just had wagons running through it instead of tracks running over it. Or instead of things running on the tracks. So that all they had to do was push forward and things would go where they needed to go. That's really cool.
Railroad track, said someone from the future. A guy called the hero of Alexandria then discovered steam power. By heating up water, he generated steam to flow through pipes and make a ball spin. It was revolutionary, but some merely saw it as a toy with no practical purpose.
So I find this bit really interesting because, like, it's harnessing an unestimated force, which we've done at pretty much every point in our history, right? At some point, some caveman had to try cooking something. You know what I mean? Harnessing fire, like fire's heat, uh, for a purpose other than heat, you know, for cooking. Some someone had to make the first sail, things like that. Steam wasn't much different in at any point. Steam is, think about it, fire and wind. It's hot water air. It's capable of moving things as a condensed force. Like you get it in a bottle, it wants to get out. All he's done is make a top powered by steam, and I think like, and yeah, I get it. That sounds funny. Also, there's a little guy. Look at him underestimating the guy who really wanted to suck cow tit. Fair enough. Well, this guy down here tending to the fire. At that point, you know how that works. Like
Much
the very
later, the Germans
basics.
realized that using timber rails could speed up the movement of wheelbarrows and mine carts over muddy terrain in the mines.
Oh no, we're flooded.
Well, that sucks. Sick of floods in your mine? Try out Geronimo's steam-powered water pump, keeping your mines dry since 1606. Then Thomas Avery did the same thing, except more British.
I wish
But
I
the
knew the
world was still
difference why Thomas Avery's thing was better.
Too slow. I want to get from here to there and faster. But how?
Industrial Revolution. What's that?
A revolution? Oh, it's the Industrial Revolution from Great Britain, and it's probably about to change the world.
So, oh God. So the Industrial Revolution, getting the ability
Inventors
to
started
make
thinking,
metal into
well,
whatever
those
we
steam
wanted.
pumps were pretty cool, but what if I could make things move with steam? Using pipes, pistons, and valve gear, wheels could be turned by way of steam pressure created by boiling water in a boiler with wood or coal in a firebox.
This video is the type of shit that plays at 2 a.m. Yeah. So
Experimental
Mr.
self-propelled
Watts,
steam
Mr. Watts' pump, mine pump, was well, steam engine, was effectively used 37 streams. Was effectively it was applicable to anything. You could use it for milling. You could use it for metalworking. You could use it to pull things up hills. You could use it. Well, it could be effectively a steam donkey, basically a steam boiler on skis, a little engine with a flywheel that you could use to move shit. Super powerful things. At least at the time. Hold on. So we're gonna go back just a little bit.
here, wheels could be turned by way of steam pressure created by boiling water in a boiler with wood or coal in a firebox. Experimental self-propelled
So Kugno's thing
steam
couldn't
vehicles
properly like. It's my
boiling
understanding it
water in
couldn't
a
properly
boiler with wood
steer.
or coal in a firebox. Experimental
Like yes and no. It had like you see it right up here, right? This little thing my mouse cursor is dancing around. A basic
self-propelled steam vehicles
very
started
basic
popping up here and there.
steering. Oh, hold on.
Now let's meet
I want to go back because I didn't
experimental
see
self-propelled
I
steam
saw
vehicles started
William Murdoch. Ooh, that's really simple steering. But doesn't that have to have two people to run?
popping up here and there.
John Fitch. I'm trying to make sense of how this works. Okay. So what you see here, I think this is called a Cornish boiler? Cornwall boiler? I can't remember. This thing at the back is a boiler barrel. The fire sits inside of the barrel tube. Um, the fire sits inside of this big hole here and heats the water wrapped around it to produce steam pressure. Very simple, very simple. Don't you call me a nerd. Listen here, you little shit. Gonna have a ninja moment. What did you just say to me?
Now let's meet Richard Trevithick. He created the Puffing
So
Devil.
this guy did fucking everything. He made a bus, he made a car, the Puffing Devil, and he made the Penny Darren locomotive, which we now know looked different than we thought it did.
Locomotive. Does it ride on rails? No, but it was the first to use high-pressure steam. After
Look at this
a successful
run. Replica of it. It's got a 3-guy crew. The steering
Trevithick
bar
and his
was enormous. It required help to move.
friends went to the pub and then the engine exploded. After that kerfuffle, his Penny Darren locomotive made the first ever
The Penny Darren locomotive did, in fact, not work like this.
steam-powered railway journey on tracks in 1804. It broke the iron rails it rode on, but this was still a big step forward, leading to the Salamanca becoming the first steam locomotive to work for more than 5 seconds.
Well, this did
George
actually
Stephenson
work.
and his son Robert
Okay, so what was skipped here is between the Penny Darren locomotive and the Stephenson's locomotion, there were several locomotives, some of which were chain drive, like some of which weren't locomotives necessarily. There was a chain driven railway. There's a YouTuber I recommend for learning about really old steam engine stuff. Anthony Dawson, I think it was. Dude makes some of the best content, like for train nerds when it comes to like the older stuff. But George Stephenson made a bunch of little locomotives. He did a lot of learning between the Penny Darren and 1825.
Now watch this drive.
and opened the Stockton and Darlington Railway, becoming the first
So this here is locomotion, or some variation of it. Locomotion number 1, or kind of. Super duper simple locomotive, but fairly reliable for its time. And well, there wasn't. Obviously, every steam engine has its problems. Every locomotive of every type, every single machine has a critical flaw somewhere. But this was the best there was at the time. And it, well, you can see it could pull several wagons of coal.
first public passenger and freight hauling
Not
railway to
this.
use steam locomotives.
But, you know.
Uh-oh, the Liverpool and Manchester Railway is about to open, but what are they going to use as power?
Steam thing over horse.
They decided to have a
horse.
competition to see which locomotive had the best speed and power.
What do you mean, brain hurt? What did he do?
Get ready, set, go!
Sans Parai broke the cyclopede back here with the horse on it. It just does not make sense. Being a nerd. Shut. Novelty also broke.
They all broke except the rocket, as it reached a neck-breaking speed of 30 miles an hour.
One of Rocket's siblings reached 40 miles an hour. And killed a guy.
So the Stephensons were selected to build locomotives for the L&M, who went on to pioneer double-track main lines.
We are 2.5 minutes. We're 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this video, and it killed a guy. So what happened is, a gentleman. I don't remember his what his title was. He did something. He was someone important. His name was William Huskisson. He is, I think, the first recorded incident of a person dying by being hit by a train. He was being slow and careless, getting up into his carriage, and had his leg amputated. Surprise amputation. by one of the rocket's siblings, I believe. Hold on. Let me do research. We're stopping and doing research. A financier and former leader of the House of Commons in the UK. We're gonna read Huskisson's life notes here, or death. Here we go. Okay. There was a special train coming up. Being pulled by Rocket. Oh, actually, Rocket. Rocket is the one that got him. So yeah, he got he panicked trying to get back up into his carriage, trying to cross the other line, and he was going to cross across the line that the rocket was approaching on, but turned back after panicking, and might have fallen a little bit. The carriage door hadn't been latched, slowly swung open, leaving him hanging directly in the path of the oncoming rocket, which hit the door, throwing him onto the tracks in front of the train. His leg was mangled by the locomotive. They pulled a door off of a railway building and placed him on it. George Stephenson himself, one of the two men who designed the rocket, uncoupled Northumbrian from the train, Northumbrian being a locomotive designed after, based on the rocket, from the Duke's train, coupled to a small carriage that had been occupied by a band, and threw Huskisson in it. They set off, attempting to make it to a doctor. There was a tourniquet, but it wasn't enough to do a field amputation, so he was made comfortable with the assistance of the vicar's wife. Apparently, she was great. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about surprise amputation. Hi, Annika. I'm learning about a guy getting his leg removed by train.
Signals.
How are you? Signals.
Timetables and carrying mail by rail.
Timetables used to be a fucking disaster because time zones didn't exist. Minecraft, what do you mean?
Meanwhile, in Hoboken, New Jersey, John Stevens built the first American steam locomotive and railroad to show Americans how cool trains were. It was a half-mile loop in his backyard. Yup, that's a stone. Specifically the first stone of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad.
Now this I didn't know about. Doing good, trains. I fucking love trains. Ugh, you New Jersey fair. First
common
stone,
carrier
Baltimore
railroad
and
in the
Ohio.
United States.
Ooh! The Baltimore and Ohio had a really, really weird locomotive that I want to talk about. They had multiple boiler barrels, which is weird, super weird. Because I think it'd be best if I just told y'all a video to watch about it. It's cool. I'm doing really good now. I've had a lot of power issues last night. I couldn't stream because of it. Like I did go live, but got cut off. Yo, head pats. I had to cancel my morning stream today so I could get the things set up so that I could stream tonight. But all is normal, and I'm happy. And I made this little overlay, and I'm life good. Are you trying to sabotage me, Ricky? Let me actually figure out. I can't remember its name. Steam. Oh, it wasn't on the Baltimore and Ohio. It was on the Camden and Amboy. We want out of context memes. Oh, y'all want to hear me be a fucking nerd? Okay. So the Camden and Amboy did use hold on. So oh, you ignore the scream. That's the first linked video, but I know this guy's got exactly what I want to talk about.
Often mistaken for her more famous
Anthony Dawson's twin sisters, not what I'm looking for. That's a George Stevenson design. We were looking to talk about. There we go.
Hello,
okay. Scared the fuck out. I'm sorry. Train-based leg amputation does not sound fun. It's not. The South Carolina. There we go.
There are two drawing.
Let me put this back over here. So, attack noise. Yep, there was a violence. So cruel. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. We have to learn. Two boiler. There we go. So in this the South Carolina, as it was called, was a two boiler friend made. What do you the South Carolina was a primitive steam locomotive built in 1832 with two boilers. I think the first locomotive to have that design. It had two boilers and one firebox. It didn't work very well, and the materials they used were kind of flimsy, and the frames tended to break. Complete failure. But it was 1832, so sorry. Back to the video. We're half an hour into the stream, and I've only made it 3 minutes into the video.
There goes the Stourbridge Lion. It broke the tracks. Hey.
If I remember correctly, the lion was based off of locomotion.
Yup, that's a stone. Specifically the first stone of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, the first common carrier railroad in the United States.
Nice,
there goes the Stourbridge Lion. It broke the tracks.
Yeah, that looks a lot like locomotion.
Hey, it's the Tom Thumb. Broke after racing a
The Tom Thumb got pretty damn fast, though.
horse.
It was like,
Okay,
it was
how
over
about the best
25
friend of
miles an
Charleston?
hour. The best friend of Charleston broke because the fireman decided he didn't like the sound of the safety valve going off, so he stuck some wood on it and sat on it. And the boiler blew up, and the safety valve probably went up his butt, but all we know is he was super double extra dead.
Yeah, there's still some kinks to work out. Robert Davidson built the first electric locomotive, but it kind of sucks and was destroyed by steam locomotive crews. Nations across the world began having...
Hold on. What was that?
It kind of sucks. Hey, it's the Tom Thumb. Broke after racing a horse. Okay, how about the best friend of Charleston?
Okay.
Yeah, there's still some kinks to work out. Robert Davidson built the first
That's a hell of a
electric
face.
locomotive, but it kind of
1842
and was destroyed by steam locomotive crews.
Now, in their defense, there was a total fear of it taking their jobs, and that was a really big concern in that time period. Money. Desperate for money. Steam engine crews had taken away jobs from horse handlers, and they didn't want to have their jobs taken by something that needed one person to operate instead of two.
Nations across the world began having their baby's first railway moment, especially in Great Britain, but they couldn't figure out which track gauge to use. People were finally seeing the value in railways moving
Look at that fella. Look at you.
people and freight at faster speeds and higher quantities than
That's broad gauge. Look at how wide those tracks are. That might be Great Western.
a horse could, but canal owners didn't.
But canals are another business that trains really threatened, because trains just faster. Kind of up to the water where you get, kind of up to the water is their situation, whereas trains are man-made power that can be applied as and when they wish.
Taking our jobs. May the devil curse your wretched machine. Okay. Then the two realized they could work together. As more trains popped into the world...
Hold on.
Okay. Then the two realized they could work...
Boat? Train car. Boat car train? Locomotive. But boat train car. What the fuck am I looking at? What? Excuse me? Why is this boat on tracks? I mean, I get it. They're probably just transporting it, but ugh.
Together. As more trains popped into the world, that meant more boiler explosions, derailments, and pandemonium amongst the general...
Ouch! Perseus, isn't that, I want to say that this is a Great Western Railway Duke. Or not Duke. Dean Single. GWR Dean Single. Sorry guys, you're getting it. No, it was not. That's clearly Great Western. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Perseus was a historic 422 broad gauge steam locomotive built in 1850 for the Great Western Railway, one of the Iron Dukes. It suffered a fatal boiler explosion at Westbourne Park Engine Sheds near Paddington on November 8th, 1862. It was rebuilt. This locomotive was rebuilt. You may be a trains nerd, but alas, I'm a bigger train nerd, probably. Okay, I didn't know. I'm gonna eat the trains. Don't eat the trains. This guy survived. This blew up in in this 1860s, and they just rebuilt the fucker.
Explosions, derailments, and pandemonium amongst the general public.
Whoops. Northumbrian. This is the locomotive that took Mr. Huskisson to Well, somewhere
Critics
to
thought
hopefully get
railways
help.
would cause farm animals to go insane. Women would melt, traveling at the high speed of 30 miles per hour would
Hold on.
surely mean death.
That's how I'm gonna go out, chat. I'm gonna go 30 miles an hour and just fucking die. Yeah, snooze an ad.
And the power of trains could be challenging God himself.
This is a Bristol and Exeter tank. This was a broad gauge locomotive, I believe, running on like 7 foot 3 inches or something like that. And they were very fast for their time. They were capable of over 70 miles an hour. I mean, look at the wheels. There were engines with wheels upwards of 8 feet. They were really cool, really cool, really cool. Sorry.
Well, God didn't have much to
Lunatism.
say on the matter, so people kept building trains. Trains got drafted into the military when
cares not
Prussia
for your
started using
trains.
them to move troops. Are you too lazy to build a bridge? Use a train ferry instead and let the
A train ferry.
steamship do all the work. Britain puts trains in India to surely benefit the Indian people.
Britain doing something to benefit other people.
The Australian colonies start building railways,
You're watching a train video. We want the tism about trains. Yeah.
but just like Big
Yo, look at this guy. It's inside of a carriage.
Brother Britain can't figure out which gauge to use. Their lead engineer said, "Let's use the Irish gauge." Then he left after his paycheck got cut, and then the second guy said, "Let's use standard gauge." Brother Britain sent a letter saying, "Hey, you guys should probably just use one track gauge." But the message took forever to arrive, and later the other colonies started using Cape gauge. Surely
Oh God! So there was 3 different railway gauges on. Oh God, that's awful. One of my favorite steam engines, Heavy Harry, is Australian.
this won't cause future
Big
problems.
stinky thing. Look at
Lon-
that.
London is getting so crowded they built an underground railway and basically popularized the
Actually, John, I want a castle. Oh God, my tism is severe, isn't it?
subway and rapid transit to move a lot of people
Oh,
really fast.
by the way, some of the underground was still done in different gauges. You can see this, a big old fat broad gauge feller. A lot of them were like that. They couldn't get there. Yeah, I know, be realistic here. I'm probably not going to get a refurbished train car either. Do
We
your tism
popularized the
recruit.
subway and rapid transit
Going to go on Sinky, so maybe I can be asleep before 2.
to move a lot of people really fast.
So they were able to move across London instead of around it. The amount of difficulty it would be getting around. Oh God, war!
Uh-oh. The Americans are killing each other and using rail-mounted cannons. Union troops also stole a
Yo, bonk.
Confederate locomotive, said "Nana boo boo," and the Confederates chased them on foot and then in a locomotive. After the
general.
North and South reunite, they manifest their destiny by killing the natives, taking their land, and placing down some trains.
Woohoo,
The tribes
travel!
fought back by derailing the Iron Horse, except the Pawnee, who welcomed the railroad. At Promontory Summit, Utah, the first American transcontinental railroad was completed, and they took a gangster picture together.
69. Nice. Think of it. Oh God, that was over 150 years ago. What sucks so much about this is we could cross the country in 1869. Now it doesn't even seem possible. Like, it is, obviously it's possible, and it's cheap, relatively speaking, compared to like an airplane, but like, it's not nearly as cheap or common as it should be, because we've allowed the government to ruin nice things for us yet again. Yeah, by the way, you can thank the government for that. Just got PTSD from the train video. Psh. Um, I just it bothers me so much that train travel, like rail travel, is rare. Where I am, there are a couple of freight trains that run through the county sometimes, and that's about it. I feel like if you made it possible to travel by rail, why wouldn't they do it? Why wouldn't you do it? If it's cheaper than it is to drive across the county, why wouldn't you take a train and just take a minibus to where you're going from there? It's so expensive, to drive, and you can't rely on the buses to go across the county. It's
Trains suck at climbing hills, but
Look at
not
this dude.
anymore with the
Mountain railways, rack railways. We got the these are both I think these ones are in Washington. But there's like the Snowdon Mountain Railway
rack
in
railway.
the UK.
Pull my
I
finger.
think.
Just kidding. That's an air brake lever made by George Westinghouse to stop
The Westinghouse air
brakemen from
brakes.
dying
These were adopted really, really fucking fast.
on top of a moving
Oh, these were adopted really, really fast in the US. The UK took almost 50 years to get around to doing shit like this in a meaningful way, whereas in the US they were standard fast. My mom, after her leg is no longer broken, wants to take a 7-day trip to California. Money? Where?
train while screwing on handbrakes. Over in China, a British merchant built a demonstration railway, but the Qing government said, "Dude, are you insane? This is gonna scare everyone," and made him dismantle the line for promoting bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
The
Do y'all
Japanese
want bad
decided they
vibes?
wanted to learn how to build railroads and hired
The Japanese
foreigners to
did it
help,
fast
but then
as
said
fuck,
get the hell
by the
out
way.
once they were done.
The
Want to go up the big hills of San Francisco? Take the new cable car. Cable in the road, passenger in the car. Back in China, the British and Americans started building a road, and by road I mean railroad, and when the government found out the Westerners lied, they said, "Dude, stop. Stop it. Can you please stop building the..." And the British completed their railway and made bank off it, until China had it dismantled.
Look at how
a
simple
year
those
later.
little. Oh,
Werner
hold on.
von Siemens said,
Mr. Siemens. Look at how simple the
railway and made
locomotives
bank
are.
off it,
Look at how little.
until
Look at
China
the
had
little
it
guys. They're such little dudes. Ah, they're beautiful. I want one.
dismantled a year later. Werner von Siemens said, "Hey, what's up? I'm gonna build an electric locomotive." And he did. It was a wood block on wheels
Look
with
at
a
that
motor,
fella.
but it worked, and people were amazed at the sight of a
They destroyed this, by the way.
smokeless locomotive. Hey, don't touch the track. Do you want to get electrocuted? Because Berlin just opened the first electric tramway. It created an electric current from the steel rails through the wheels and into the
Oh, and
motor.
they're using
No more stinky
bumper,
horse
a little
required. Would you
bumper
like to go to
fella.
Paris to Constantinople in style? Hop on the
The
Orient,
Orient
Express,
Express.
hosting sleeping cars and exquisite dining options. The US and Canada got fed up with trains running into each other and got federal time zones and stated to simplify time.
It took until 1883 to get federal time zones. They'd been running trains transcontinental since 1869, by the way. Because once those trains were ready, they started that shit up immediately. Once the rails were ready. Hi, Wall. How are you? Yo, a streak. Thank you. It'll be cheaper because she sells travel as a side business. She sells travel as a side business, which also gives her cheaper travel. But that involves having any money. No kidding. How? Make a video about it, recruit. Oh, sorry. Eastern Atlantic. Yeah.
Tables. Europe is hungry for a piece of African pie, and by piece I mean the whole continent, and put a bunch of trains there to extract natural resources while quelling the natives. Canada just finished their first long-ass transcontinental railway, and America said,
Canada
"Damn
has
it,
quite
they
a way to
built
go."
a fifth one?"
I did not know time zones were created because of trains. Yeah. Thanks for your first chat, Spectre. Yeah, so the problem... Okay, so the issue with rail travel without time zones is every town had a different time. They judged time separately, so it was different at every single station. The time of day was different. And this caused an ungodly amount of trouble. A lot of times they could avoid, they would use physical items, token systems, and things like that to avoid crashes. But it was, almost fucking impossible at some point. So standard time zones meant you had to go quite some distance, and most trains would be unaffected by the timing. My coffee maker's going again. Got my coffee maker going. Time of day. Time of day! I'm tizzing over something I needed for so long and only got today. Nice. I like how they just threw Florida in the Mid-East time zone. Oh, get it. That part's called the Midwest.
Well, but train just crashed through a station
I believe someone got crushed by falling debris in this. Someone got hit with a brick.
in Paris, and the Americans slammed two locomotives into each other head-on, because why not, and
The crash it
accidentally
crush.
killed 2 people. Oops. But hey, electric locomotives are finally making a name for themselves.
Can't wait. Relax. Let's rest, chat. Okay.
Now it's the 20th century and locomotives are getting bigger, better, faster, and stronger. Bigger boilers and fireboxes meant more power, and bigger wheels provided faster.
American Atlantics always looks so weird.
And locomotives are getting bigger, better, faster, and stronger.
Look at this beefy motherfucker. Look at you.
Bigger boilers and
It doesn't get much more American than this, to be honest. Tall locomotive, wide firebox. Just all power on this fella. No
fireboxes
no
meant
speed.
more power, and bigger wheels provided
Okay, just going off of the cab size, I'd wager these are like 6.5 foot wheels. This is
faster
big.
speeds. Over in Germany, Eugen Langen looked at a railroad track and said, "Pfft, 2 rails are overrated, and you know what? We're going airborne," and created the Wuppertal Suspension Railway, an early
Damn.
monorail.
Beep, beep.
Okay, what the
The
hell
car.
is this? The Ford Motor Company just dropped the Model T automobile. It's probably just a passing fad. I mean, come on. Do you really think this thing is gonna compete with trains? Have you seen how fast they go now? The Sultan of the Ottoman Empire ordered the construction of a railway to link Damascus with the holy Muslim city of Mecca, thus making the Hajj pilgrimage more accessible. It was also to assert control over the empire. They only got as far as Medina due to tribal resistance. Hey,
Camels are better, idiot.
Germany and Switzerland? Yeah? What's that? Oh, it's a diesel locomotive. A diesel? No, a diesel.
So, diesel locomotives were around for a very long time before they came into like practical use in the UK. But it only took about 20 years in the US for steam engines to start dying off after diesel locomotives popped up. And very, very shortly, you'd see large diesel units taking over in freight and passenger services. There was an experimental locomotive in the early 20s in the UK, and that was about it.
That Rudolph Diesel guy invented the engine, but he disappeared on a ship. Oh. Anyway, apparently the whole world decided to go to war, and whoa, that's a big gun. And here's a tiny train. Trench railways were built to transport troops and supply food and ammunition to soldiers locked in stalemate-ridden trench battles. Badass-looking armored trains with guns also made an appearance.
There was a little locomotive. I don't think this is from it. There's a locomotive that was used in World War II.
While fighting on the
named,
Eastern Front, Russia finally
Hercules
finished the
like
Trans-Siberian Railway, linking the isolated Siberia with the rest of the country, and America nationalized their railroads and started pumping out standard designs left and right to support the war effort. Alright, the war's over. Hopefully that won't happen again. American locomotives are getting big.
Big. Is this a 9? This is a 9000. These were they weren't built for turning, that's for sure. These were made to go anyway. Well, they were made to go across the plains with anything you could put behind them. Capable climbers, extremely good pullers. They weren't articulated at all. They were just big, beefy, 3-cylinder monsters.
Thanks to larger fireboxes and superheaters. Also, they denationalized. Here's your railroads back. Thanks again, pal. What the fuck? Britain just grouped 120 railways into 4, and the economy just crashed.
Yeah.
The Great Depression hits railroads hard, and people start hopping freight trains to find work in new towns. People are also hopping into automobiles more often as road networks improved and expanded, spelling the eventual demise of many interurbans and tramways.
If there were slightly more money among the common man, the railway would have died faster. Because the UK and the US had the same problem. In that, well, if it's easy enough to get work in town, I don't need a train at all. It's going to take me 5 minutes to drive there. It'd take a long time to walk, but with a car, it's nothing, right? And that's one of the big stinky things. Especially in the US, you might work in a town that the railway doesn't even go to anymore because services may have been canceled and things like that.
Meanwhile,
So
Soviet engineers copied America's homework and
the AA-20. This thing was positively useless.
Made something bigger and also worse in every way.
Derailed frequently, broke tracks and switches. Length made it difficult to turn. Couldn't fit in a roundhouse. Ripped couplers due to power. Full steam pressure failed to build up due to huge boiler. So fun fact, after a certain length, boiler tubes have diminishing returns up until the point that they become actually detrimental to the power of your locomotive. Because you can't build enough steam and now you just have a bunch of dead weight sitting at the front. Yes? Brief intermission chat. I have a root beer float. Do y'all have any good gossip for me today? While I enjoy my float? Any at all? So it's not the size of the boiler tube, it's how much steam it produces. If the tube is too long, the fire cannot, the heat from the fire can't reach the end of it. So it just can't steam. A large number of small tubes has great surface area. But if your tubes are too long, like you want the surface area because the surface area is what allows heat to turn water into steam. But at the end of the tube, if the end of the tube is no longer boiling, like no longer that hot, the cooler water at the front of the boiler will essentially make it harder for the rest of the water to boil. And if the water's not boiling, you're not producing steam. And no steam means no power. This fun fact, this is why the Great Western Railway used 460s for the rest of their life, like as a company, after the Great Bear failed in 1904. Was it 1904 or 14? I can't remember. They built a big old 462 locomotive, a Pacific, the peak of express steam in the UK. Is that at least the arrangement? The Great Bear, its boiler was too long, so it wasn't producing enough steam to keep up with its enormous size. The whole locomotive could have been shortened and the problem could have been avoided entirely. Okay. Oh. Okay. We're creeping up on 2400. I'm just excited for Shinkansen. Yeah, it's gonna be long. Ooh.
What was that? It was Flying Scotsman, the first steam locomotive to reach 100 miles per hour. These two might say otherwise, though. While everyone is still depressed,
So, sorry, it was hydrating. Love this game. Nice.
100 miles per hour. These two might.
We know that the Flying Scotsman could have hit 104 because it did it, did it again. There's not really any proof of the 100-mile-per-hour claims for either of these. The New York Central used like the measuring for the speed on these guys used stopwatches and fence posts or mile markers. Whereas the Flying Scotsman used a proper dynamometer car made to measure the performance of the locomotive pulling it.
While everyone is still depressed, designers fell in love with Art Deco and streamlined a bunch of trains to make them look more modern and aerodynamic. Jesus, these trains are going so fast now. The London and Northeastern's Mallard set a speed record for steam at 126 miles per hour. But it broke itself in the process.
Oh yeah,
Still
no,
pretty
it cooked
cool,
itself.
Back in the US, steam locomotives are going strong and it... Knock knock.
This, like I said, took about 20 years for diesels to get a foothold in the UK
Diesel
or in the
locomotive.
US.
Many American railroads decided steam was icky and expensive, so
It's not, fun fact, it's not that necessarily that running the locomotives was expensive, it's that repairing them and maintaining them was. E-girl actively looking for... Oh, Jeebus. Sorry, nerds. I was looking at a camper and I saw... I just opened my phone and it was
started
there.
taking over. but not before they built some of the largest
The
steam
big boy,
locomotives
the
ever.
Yellowstones. The S1 didn't work very well. This big fella was extremely fast, potentially the fastest steam locomotive ever. But it was never tested with a proper dynamometer car, just using mile markers. If in my absolute dream scenario, if I had copious amounts of land and an ungodly amount of money, I would want to build an S1. However, the locomotive based on the S1, the T1s, there's one of those being built, and that's potentially that has the potential to be as fast as the Mallard speed record. But sorry. I want a train. Would y'all support me getting a train? It's not going to be one of these. This guy would be way too fucking expensive. Sorry, I was looking down because I was writing this down. This is one of those, like, if I had an unbelievable amount of money, I'd have one of these. That's a future problem,
great.
Recruit.
3 guys suddenly decided they wanted to take over the world,
Trains,
and now
yeah,
there's a world
yeah.
war. 2. Railways play a major role in transporting troops
This guy,
and
if
supplies
this guy
and
doesn't
prove to be a critical target for
thanks
bomber
for that,
planes.
Pats.
Armored trains and huge
Hold on.
railway guns are deployed and supplies and prove to be
Checking
a
my
critical
posture,
target for
thank
bomber
you. I was
planes.
shrimping bad.
Armored trains and huge railway guns are deployed into service while the Nazis use trains for inhumane purposes. The invading Japanese Empire starts construction of the Burma Railway, and by that I mean they forced abducted civilians and Allied prisoners of war to build the line to supply Japanese forces. Britain uses its trains to evacuate women and children from bomb-targeted cities to rural housing and camps, while Londoners take shelter in subway stations during the Blitz. Around the war's end, a Reverend Wilbur
Look at
Awdry
this dude, goofy looking guy. Anyway,
imagines sentient trains with faces and publishes his first of many children's books. Remember him later. British Railways
very
became
important.
British Railways, but the Tally-Flynn Railway wasn't included because they kind of forgot about it.
the line was so run down. Fuck yeah, trains, hi Digi. The line was so run down that stations were marked as disused on maps, and officials already didn't see much profitability left in the struggling railway, so they just kicked
then
it off to
barely
the side.
survived closure and became the first preserved heritage railway in the world, and kickstarted a movement of people saying, hey, maybe we should preserve this
Fun
stuff.
fact, the Reverend Wilbur
Meanwhile,
Awdry worked there.
Argentina's
for a bit,
British and French-owned
volunteered there.
railways are nationalized and they throw a party. And then Germany is divided into East and West, and people start using the Berlin subway to escape from the communist and less prosperous East. The previously nationalized railway network is also
Filthy
divided.
commies.
In Canada, Robert Swanson was busy making diesel air horns sound less like this and more like this.
That's a way.
In other words,
That
he
is
made
a way better sound. Oh my god.
locomotive horns more musical. This truck trailer is pretty cool, but I wish it could ride on railroad tracks. Nice.
Yeah. Trailer on flat car and auto transport became popular in the 50s. Fuck yeah, dude. What do you mean?
Oh, hey,
Why
America,
does that make
how's
me
it
a
going?
nerd?
Oh, we're doing great. And this here's the love of my life. That's
Oh,
cool,
that's beautiful.
but what happened to the train? The what? Passenger trains were starting to fall out of style as highways and airlines took over the public's fascination, leaving inner urbans nearly extinct.
So,
Ouch.
no
Dr.
one's
Rick-
going to tell you. One of the things a lot of people don't want to tell you about the American railroads. I want to train with Aztec death whistle. Oh god. Something a lot of people aren't going to tell you because it's complicated about the downfall of passenger services in the US is it's not all because of the highway and not all because of the air travel. It's in large parts it's due to the government strangling it. They made it difficult to drop rail services. They had a department, it was the Interstate Commerce Commission. Their job was to keep the railways in check. Well, not just railways, but, interstate commerce. And the the railroads in the US were they had to apply to change the prices of their services and the sizes of their services. So when money got really tight and people weren't using the trains, they couldn't cut down to smaller services and build back up as people came back. They had to keep running large empty trains so people didn't want to come back. It wasn't worth it. And so instead of trying to ask for the ability to have their prices changed and their services use smaller locomotives in stock, it was easier to just cancel the service through the state than it was to repeatedly apply for changes, because it was just harder to change to help with supply and demand. Whereas if it was purely government run, the government could change it on the fly. Or if it were purely private run, or like if it were privately managed, they could change it on the fly. But because the government had its hand in there in just the worst possible way, it wasn't possible. It wasn't practical to save services that they could cancel. So they're getting passenger trains everywhere kind of just became a thing of the past for a while.
Richard Beeching just took an axe to Britain's railways. Africa, tired of being colonized, continues declaring independence, thus taking control of their railways, and then Mauritania builds a railway in the middle of nowhere to get some iron. On August 20th, 1963, the 1 millionth carload of lettuce departed from the Salinas-Watsonville shipping district in California.
Auntie Naomi here for trains. Hello. YouTube channel popped up. Hi, thanks for popping in, and thank you for the follow. How are you? We are I've been live for over an hour and I'm only 14 minutes into this video. Wait. Smug. Yo, Smug. $68 creature. You got a creatures? You got creatures? The Aztec death whistle would be a terrible idea, John. I appreciate your spirit. Also have fish. Fish! The humble fish. Fuck yeah. Fimsh. Meh. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Okay, hydrate and stretch. Big stretch, and I will hydrate. I got coffee. It's weird to think. Welcome back, silliest. We're still on the same train video. Should I drink? You should drink. No, you should not drink a Monster. It is 9:30 p.m.
Period of modernization hits the world's railways with dieselization, electrification, and other new rolling stock. And then Japan one-ups everyone and builds the first high-speed exclusive rail line. Wow, that's rolling stock. And then Japan one-ups everyone and builds the first high-speed exclusive rail line. Wow, that's really fast.
159 miles an hour. Dear God, haven't been sleeping. Maybe the caffeine will fix it. I don't know if it will, hun. I want to strike fear into the hearts of car drivers. You're gonna strike fear into the people on your train. Had to laugh. My mom goes, coffee is dirty, bitter water. I love coffee. Bitter mentioned. Yeah, this is my water. It is bitter water. Oh, goodness. Trains. But I haven't been sleeping. Maybe no. Okay, I saw that already. Okay, we good.
Said everyone, kinda envious. We gotta make our own super cool fast train.
The U.S.
British
did
Rail
in fact
sends over
not.
200 retired
Oh God.
steam locomotives to Barry scrapyard. But most of them are saved by rail fans for use or display at heritage railway.
Hundreds, just hundreds and hundreds of locomotives gone to waste. Makes me sad.
Let's check in on the United
Victor
States.
wants train.
Oh, what the hell? And you got
Having
another one in the back?
Jeebus.
Two American railroads that wanted each other dead just merged, creating one of the largest networks, and
The Penn Central was
they went
atrocious.
big-time bankrupt, and now their trains derail every 3 feet.
Penn Central appeals to the government for help, but it doesn't come in time.
Penn Central basically had no money for the basic upkeep of their railroad.
Look at the
They also
wobble. Oh
ruined
my
the Bangor
God.
and Haru Sticks potato shipping service. Insulated boxcars with heaters ran out of fuel while waiting to be interchanged by Penn Central, thus causing the potatoes to freeze in the cold winter weather and spoil.
Then we're stuck in here.
Barnacles!
Several potato
All
farms went
gone.
out of business, and those that survived never returned to the railroad again, instead going with trucks. Good job, Penn Central. Nationwide
Trucks can get the potatoes somewhere within a day that will be able to store them properly. So it just made sense.
services were on life support, infrastructure was crumbling, and the public was fed up. This sucks. The government replied, okay, fine, you want your stupid little passenger trains? Here, take this, you frickin' nerd. And they create the nationalized passenger railroad Amtrak to fail. But then it doesn't.
Amtrak
It saves
failed
passenger
anyway.
trains. Oh, come on, I thought we were done with the explosion.
Just after 8.
Oh, I thought you were
going to
be info dumping, not watching videos. I may or may not have info dumped a little bit. We're 16 minutes into the video and an hour and 10 minutes into stream.
Southern Pacific Switchyard.
So Amtrak just fucking exploding is a pretty common thing. Like, not exploding, but derailing, lots of little derailments. They're getting better, actually. I do believe they're getting better about the horrific crashes. Now it's mostly tiny derailments and sitting and waiting. I'm trying my best to keep myself contained. What? Pennsylvania's having terrible industrial industry? What? Pennsylvania having terrible industrial industry? In other news, water wet. No fucking kidding. The Penn Central was two of the strongest and most reputable railways or railroads in the U.S. coming together to make the worst. Don't contain yourself. Okay, you. Look, there's only a little bit of fire. Only a little bit. Yeah.
Just south of Roseville.
Oh, that's not good.
Bomb. Oh my God. That's on camera. Y'all understand those train cars right at the bottom there are like 15 to 16 feet tall. These little fellas.
Flying Scotsman has the worst vacation ever after traveling to America and almost getting scrapped.
There's a whole video by the Unlucky Tug that's like an hour long about the Flying Scotsman trip to America. And it was a disaster. The whole adventure was awful. Alan Pegler, who'd saved the locomotive, put it in direct danger, unfortunately.
The curtain finally falls on the majority of mainline and industrial steam locomotive operations as they're phased out across the world in favor of
Look at
diesel
all these. Oh, what a beautiful little thing.
and electrics.
A sad Catgirl
Rhodesia
hours.
wants some diesels, but the United Nations said no. What did they do? They put on Drake Bell's I Found a Way and illegally imported locomotives from an undisclosed source. The Smithsonian Institution pulled great-grandpa out of retirement to celebrate his 150th birthday, thus making John
Great-grandpa,
Bull
by the way, 150 at the time. It's now nearly 200 years old. So the John Bull was a locomotive given by the UK to the US. They sent a guy over who knew how to put the locomotive together. They gave him basically shipped a bunch of pieces over to us. And with it came a dude who knew how to put it together, basically. And the name John Bull was a British caricature at the time, with some of the good and some of the bad stereotypes of the British. So they thought it fitting to name the locomotive that. And to be fair, it was a pretty meh locomotive. It was more to be learned from than anything. They when it came together, meh. It was pretty meh. Fire better, supposed to be. No kidding. They learned so much from it, and learned also some things not to do from issues the locomotive would have.
Oldest operating steam locomotive and self-propelled vehicle in the world at the time. Ding dong, it's the future, and they have floating trains in England. The Birmingham maglev uses repelling magnets to make the train hover. Remember Reverend Wilbur Awdry? Well, his books just got made into a TV show that may or may not
have a
children's
YouTube
show
channel all
empire,
about this show.
and one of the reasons you're watching this video. The US and Soviet Union are still paranoid of each other, so they built some mildly inconspicuous rail cars and trains where nuclear missiles could be launched from.
I forgot about this.
Just in case. In Canada, the government slashes the ever-living hell out of Via Rail's budget year after year, forcing them to cut half their services. India just started up the Lifeline Express, a traveling hospital train where people in areas lacking medical services can get surgeries, medications, screenings.
The reason this is so unbelievably important, like the Lifeline train was so awesome. Oh, sorry. Is India was growing into itself. I guess it still is. There's just so many people that it's hard to bring everyone up all at once. But the people who were brought up first, who came up first, used their resources and their newfound resources, newfound knowledge to reach out. Because it's really easy to lay rail in places that aren't yet industrial. So they just fucking went for it. And laying rail is probably the fastest way to make a place industrial. Because it's so easy to get mass quantities of fucking anything. I woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah. Because I live in fucking shithole, alright, Birmingham. Fucking shithole. Yeah. Oh man. So glad I don't live.
Vaccines and more. Japan is expanding their passenger network with their economic bubble, and then they privatize. American railroads are merging like crazy, and Japan is expanding their passenger network with their economic bubble, and then they privatize.
So where I live, we had Norfolk Southern for a bit, but they jumped ship and abandoned our area, and now there's a local railway or local railroad in my area. Union Pacific, Union Pacific, Union Pacific, Union Pacific. Take up all the space and all of the money.
Railroads are merging like crazy, and the New York City subway is covered in graffiti. Germany and its railways were unified. Yay! The Soviet Union.
My only problem with the new railroad here is that they aren't doing passenger service.
England broke up and the former republics established their own nationalized rail networks, high-speed rail is growing in Europe, and Britain decides to privatize their railways and make the passenger network really confusing.
Rather? Oh god. The UK's rail system, permission to cry. It's my party, I'll cry if I want to. One of the weird things, the weird thing about the UK, and my understanding is very limited, is they don't, it's not just cutting up all the sections of the railroad and as little like privatized railroads entirely packaged within themselves. No, they run services. So like one of them runs rail maintenance, one of them runs signaling, one of them runs the trains themselves, things like that. It's so god awful and weird from my understanding. I may have completely misunderstood what the guy was telling me, but like, yeah.
Intermodal container trains are really popping off now, allowing for a more streamlined transfer of freight across the world. I hope you weren't planning on a Nicaraguan train trip because the president just shut most of them down. I want to go from England to France, but my train won't flow. Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. They put a steam engine through this, by the way.
Now, if I had a nickel for every underwater rail tunnel that was opened in 1994, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened.
No. Like most Brits, I blame Margaret Thatcher. Fair. No, this is the second St. Clair River Tunnel. There were locomotives, little camelback tank engines, O10Os, that ran through the first St. Clair River Tunnel. And then these strange little boxcar looking things that were actually whole ass electric locomotives. Fucking awesome stuff. Okay. So, hold on, I'm working on using my words. The use of electric locomotives in the US has actually, it feels like it's gone down outside of intercity use, because there are a bunch of places that had like industrial or in-city things like tramways and things that were electric, and we just abandoned them. And that sucks, because with electric locomotives, with electric railroads, the most expensive part is starting out, and once you've got it started, you're good. Maintenance is not all that expensive on running an electric railroad, and fuel costs don't fucking exist. Like, they're so unbelievably low. And the electric engines are even just easier to maintain. They're so simple. And we just keep neglecting them. I love steam engines. I prefer steam engines. I like diesels. Electric locomotives are still really fucking cool. There's a locomotive I want to talk about in the future. I think it was FF1 Big Liz. Which was so powerful that it couldn't pull things because it would break them. And even pushing things, it might break those too.
Happened twice. China builds one of the world's last revenue-earning steam locomotives, and then the government put their foot down and started investing billions upon billions of dollars to bring the country's railways into the high-speed age. Hey guys, check out my new bullet train. It goes 150 miles per hour, said Amtrak, unveiling America's first proper high-speed train set. Now, Europe and Asia, don't laugh. It sure is nice riding on Swiss Federal Railways in the year 2005. Yeah. Hi, Squidward.
Uh-oh.
A short circuit shut down the entire Swiss railway network for nearly 4 hours, but they recovered by the next day. Ever wanted to share videos of the trains you've seen? With YouTube, now you can. China Railways QJ number 7081 pulls the world's last regularly scheduled steam-powered passenger train. 7081 would later be acquired by the Iowa Interstate
Fuck
Railroad
yeah.
in America. There goes France, setting a new speed record
The
for
U.S. got the last, the last revenue-earning steam locomotive. Hell yeah!
trains at 357
Holy
miles
shit.
per hour.
Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Scheduled steam-powered passenger train. 7081 would later be
We're gonna
acquired
snooze
by
that
the
last
Iowa
day.
Interstate Railroad in America. There goes France, setting a new speed record for trains at 357 miles per hour. And then the British forgot what century it was and built a new steam locomotive
Yep.
for fun. Russia went north to the northern north
God,
to build the
speed is
northernmost railway in the
unbelievable.
world to get some natural gas.
Natural
In the
gas,
north.
that's fair.
Let's see how Japan's doing. Wow, they really like trains. Also, they have the fastest train in the world now. How fast? At least 10 miles an hour.
At least
Step
10.
aside,
375 miles an hour, by the way.
World now. How fast?
Train goes room. This one goes neum even. It's too fast for
At
room.
least 10 miles an hour. Step aside, Trans-Siberian Railway. The Yuwu to Madrid railway line
The Yuwu. Yiwu. Yuwu. To Madrid. Holy shit, that's unbelievable. 8,000 miles. Meow. That is
just became the
unbelievable.
longest in the world by completing its first successful round trip, clocking in at 16,156 miles. Big Boy makes a comeback. No, the other Big Boy. Union Pacific restored number 4014 to operate an excursion service, making it the largest and most powerful operating steam locomotive in the world.
Whoa. What's going on here? Ow, so violent. Crimes have been committed. Oh, you know what, chat? I miss my wife. Let me see if the wife has texted me real quick. Nothing.
Largest and most powerful
Just
operating steam
shit
locomotive
flying
in the
around.
world.
Okay, it's just bugs, I
Light
think.
rail and other new passenger train systems are on the rise across the world because people realized, hey, these train things are pretty cool. And also, just one more lane, bro, doesn't always help. The COVID-19 pandemic locked down the world and caused ridership on passenger trains to plummet. Services were drastically
God.
reduced or
Just
temporarily
as trains
cut
were
with
making a
gradual
comeback.
return in the next couple years. Fed up with their passenger trains sucking and changing owners every few years, the UK decides to renationalize and revert their railways back to British railways, except more great. China continues expanding their railway network at the speed of sound, and then they finally retire steam locomotives after nearly 150 years.
Oh, God. The fact it took China so long. You know, the thing is, it makes sense, actually. With how much coal is just readily available in China, and how much like fuel oil is totally easy for them, it makes sense. A lot of these machines were still new.
Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern merged to create Canadian Pacific Kansas City, and to celebrate, CEO Keith Creel sent CP2816 on a round trip
Oh no
across Canada.
no, not this. No. No. Oh.
Canada, the US, and Mexico to enormous fanfare. It was the first steam locomotive to travel across the three countries. Technology is improving, but
So what wasn't mentioned there is someone got hit by the train.
the globe is heating up. What do we do? Asked the world. I don't know, but here's some hydrogen and battery powered trains that might help. Want to become a train driver? Too late, buddy. A computer might be doing that for you.
AI
And then Thomas
trains?
the Tank
No.
Engine takes over the world. Hey everyone, thank you so much. Take this time to thank you all. Like how you edited a video doesn't mean you have to scrap everything.
Oh shit. Hold on. What's going on here? You aren't part of a group. Chat. Hold on, let me see if I can do this, actually. Whoops. I'm gonna talk to you about couple of my favorite trains. The ones that I like. Head scratches. I should totally add head scratches. It's a great point. I totally didn't just go and write that down or anything. Thank you. Recruit finally admitting they're a nerd. I had to like let it sit so they couldn't take it back. FF1, I think it was. Big Liz. There we go. My apologies. Help. I swear I locked that. Anyway. It won't let me move me. There we go. So this is Big Liz. Look at this big bitch. A nerd for Hot Wheels. Wow, Recruit's a nerd. What a surprise. Look at the wheels. This is ungodly. Look at the motors. The size of everything. She had a similar arrangement. You'll see 622 wheel arrangement in 2 half frames, much like a simple articulated steam engine would, or a Mallet or something like that. Jack shafts can be mistaken for additional 4th axle, but the wheels are cog wheels to transfer power from motors to jack shaft. Yeah. Continuous 4,000 horsepower. Unbelievable. Here you go. Here's a way of looking at it. Built in 1917 to haul freight across the Allegheny Mountains. I can't remember how to spell you. Allegheny. Yo! Thanks for subscribing. It seems it didn't work on Twitch earlier or YouTube. That's a shame. So here are the locomotives that Big Liz was built to replace. I'm not cleaning my... So I'm cleaning out my YouTube, and I had over 1,000 plus I needed to remove. After not watching them or just went silent. Aw. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to look at the locomotive if I could, please. So here's an image of an Allegheny. The kind of steam engine that Liz was meant to replace. And this is the lady herself. You know what would be awesome, hilarious, terrifying? A nuclear steam engine. Everything except photovoltaics and thermocouples are just boil water spin turbine. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'd just be the most raw electric power steam engine. Yeah, so she was planned to be the replacement for the Allegheny locomotives. She was workable but too powerful for the freight cars at the time. 4,600 horsepower and 140,000 pounds tractive effort. Pulling the train, it regularly snapped couplers, and when moved to the rear as a pusher, its force was sufficient to pop cars in the middle of the train off the tracks. I believe there's something like that in Wolfenstein. Oh, the electric locomotive, yeah. PRR. Oh, God. Oh, we're good. Okay. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Anyway. Alright, gang. Check out this bitch. There you go. The S1. 6446, I believe. And this is a T1. What was built based off of it. One of the missions, you get something massive nuclear powered train from So the T1s 5550 here. Let's go check out 5550. We've got some pictures of locomotives akin to it. It's currently the only surviving engine to be fitted with Franklin Type D rotary cam poppet valve, similar to what'll be on PR 5550. No, yo, interesting. Oops, quick, can you stop that? They got some wheels. They've got the nose cone for the next locomotive. For the locomotive, interesting. That's Facebook. I don't want to go into Facebook. Ooh, this is new. This was done fucking last year. Completed last year, I think. Oh, probably completed late 2024. Benton Grange, a new built steam engine. Look at this thing. It's this little guy. Quite large, actually. Well, it's kind of mid-sized by UK standards. Beautiful locomotive, though. The Patriot Project's making good progress. This feller's around. It's known for actually being fast as fuck. There should be first mainline runs, yeah. $100-mile-per-hour run. Original peppercorn A1s were easily capable of reaching 100, and in 2004, approval was sought for Tornado to achieve regular 90-mile-an-hour operation. While older preserved steam locomotives are subject to speed restrictions due to age, approval for 90 miles an hour running was possible for a Tornado due to its new condition. In January 2009, having gained approval for running at 75 miles an hour, discussions took place about testing Tornado to higher speeds. In the early hours of the 12th of April 2017, Tornado achieved 100 miles an hour during a test run on the East Coast Main Line, becoming the first steam engine to reach the speed on British main lines since 1968. Following this test, they achieved certification to be allowed to run at 90 miles an hour on the main line, making it the fastest operational locomotive in Britain and the second fastest in the world at the time, behind Deutsche Reichsbahn 18201, which was allowed to run up to 110. Look at you, you beauty. 2021, they got an overhaul. That's beautiful. May you spend your entire, I don't know about the whole next paycheck. What's the U.S. new building? So we got the T1, Wiscastle, Waterville, Farmington Railway. Oh, they're gonna build one of their Forneys. Yeah. Completed components include bell and builder's plate, as well as wheel center castings, drive pins, wheel sets, and frame. Yeah. They're gonna make the Lion. Nice. That's awesome. Wait, they're building a new K3? V3 and 4. Yeah, I figured. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the Tisming, guys. I think it might be time for some craft, huh? How's that? 20-minute video, 24-minute video. Only took us an hour and a half to finish reacting to. I think we're doing good. John picking on me in the in the server. Okay, let me just. Train stream's been fun. Yeah. Now we're gonna play some Minecraft. I don't know if Tay's probably not gonna join us, to be honest, so I'm just gonna vibe on the realm. I hope that's okay with you, nerds. We're gonna mute the desktop audio. Get the old first stream playlist set up. And then immediately after that, we will switch our stream info. Oh, hold on. I think she's. No, I just like trains. I think they're cool. You're so mean. Was nearly fun. Making fun you like trains. I think they're neat. I would like to have one someday. I want a an LNER Y10, a little 040, tiny little feather. Very pretty little locomotive. For some reason, the stream playlist has not started. Let's try that again. I didn't realize how long this was going. It's just 5 with the chains. We need to get started on the train fund. Honey, before we can get started on a train fund, I need to reach financial stability. I'm a broke bitch. Oh, the music is so nice. Sorry, after not hearing the music for a while, it's kind of I'm cozy as fuck all of a sudden. By the way, day 265. Why buy a home when you can live in a train? I have to have somewhere to store the train. Ah, God, I'm really happy with the overlay, actually. I know it's a basic Canva thing, but... Now that said, if I did want to buy... Or if I did buy an old carriage, I could probably live out of it. But if you end up playing modded Minecraft, how many train mods are you downloading? Probably none. Honestly. I'm sorry, little friends. Oh, getting good at how there's some light ones that come standard in older packs, such as Railcraft mod. Don't know what the modern scene looks like. Yeah. Honestly, I can put the sword away. Fuck. Now, I know Tay isn't here to suffer through this for me. But I think of the highest version, I'm putting some stuff backported, particularly water mechanics. Yeah. Was that a baby drowned? We might have to go kill the drowned. Feeling smug. Oh, goodness. Y'all, we are 150 watch hours away from the goal. I'm so happy about that. We can actually have this by the end of the month. I feel like YouTube's more likely to push you when you're making money already. Like when you're advertised. Alright, y'all. We're gonna make the push. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how loud my music must be. There we go. Let's continue expanding the large one over here. Oh. Just gonna put that over here. Now we've got the ladders in hand. It always starts raining when I come to build on the work on the tower. God, look at how ominous that is. Anyway, there's no proof. Yeah. I love my wife. I miss her. She's working on projects for her DJ Hero channel thing that she does right now. I think we're getting to the point where she's gonna be like streaming more regularly now, and I'm really hopeful for that. So there's a game DJ Hero that she played a lot when she was the little critter, and someone ran a channel. Well, there's a lot of fan-made content for it that you can download and play on your on an emulator. So someone had a channel that made a channel that they ran for that to showcase all the new mixes, right? And Tay is running that channel for someone. I hope she streams more. I always like her streams. Her streams are awesome. I love my wife. Oh. Y'all, have I told you how much I love my wife? Saw a picture of the Lego DJ here on the Discord and went, that exists? Yeah. But is that... No. We haven't gotten married yet. And for the record, when we do, she said she's gonna propose to me, so like, super hyped. my I think the most deep, meaningful goal I have is to be someone's housewife, to be a mom. You know. Oh. This tower is going to keep slowly growing. Are we training for being a mom without... listen here, you little shits. I don't know. The wonderful part is I could basically stop myself existing online. You know, like, obviously there's always going to be something out there. But actually, you know what? Here's the problem. I have several channels that are just abandoned. Old projects lost to time. Speak for yourself. Aw, troublesome. We are up at just a couple of blocks. By the time we're up to build height, this tower is going to be fucking terrifying. I had a bunch of medical issues, so I tried to be okay, but there's always something going wrong with me. Not that I wanted it to, but, you know, we don't exactly get a choice over that. What am I looking at? Is that a waterfall? Huh. Oh, it might be Corvus. Something Corvus built. I built that little platform off stream today. Also built this little platform off stream today and started building that house. We are very slowly making something out of this place. Alright, there we go. Something in my setup was wrong. I kept trying to die when I was a kid. I swear, every other message John sends gets eaten. Let's go up the tower, the 100 block tower, and see what the big tower looks like. You know, ow, I didn't need those legs, clearly. Mostly peanuts, sometimes asthma, just get good. Have you considered not doing that? Bum 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 ba ba. Look at it. We're filling this village out. Sorry, I'm gonna do autism. Oh, God, I'm sleepy. Where'd that come from? The tower expands slightly. It's creeping slowly up to the sky. Right. That's Corvus Mountain. That's my house with my wife. I didn't realize how safe it could be to get down, to be honest. I just always wrote it off. Can't a man enjoy a peanut? You cannot. A succulent Chinese meal. And just feeding watch hours today? Yeah. Give them to me. I need them. Put the watch hours in the bag. I gotta learn a little more about piloting this fucking model. I'm trying to make. I'm sure y'all have, like, well, you've noticed with the overlay, right? But I'm trying to make things a little bit more clear. Clear and more me. Bum 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 bum. But at least honey roasted peanuts and peanut butter are good. Yep. Why? Okay. I just want to check real quick. I want to see what my watch hours look like so I know where to push. But I know over these next couple days, like tomorrow I work, but on Tuesday and Wednesday I don't. So I'm gonna be doing 2 streams a day again, ideally. Oh God, 120 hours. 120 watch hours. Unlike tree nuts, people keep putting it into pastry, which people keep putting into pastries for no good reason. Unpleasant to me and deadly to others. I don't know. I like me some nuts. Catgirl on the internet's big fan of nuts. Surprise. Hi, Kyoshin. How are you? What do you think of my new overlay? Oh. Damn. Yo, headbats. I gotta, you know what, we're gonna enchant some boots. I think that's a good thing to do with our levels today. Ooh, we're not going out that way. The giant Tower of Doom ever slowly grows. We have a horse, we'll take the horse. And we're gonna make some boots. We're gonna try and level 30 the boots we've got. Oh, I remember honey roasted peanuts back when baby me ate whole bags, not knowing I was allergic, just for some reason getting full body rash and not being able to breathe. Child. I don't know. I like nuts. It's not the nuts that do it for me. Corvus Tower. Almost just walked my horse into the void. Also high, also allergic to tree nuts. Hello, oh god. What a nerd. Imagine being allergic to nuts. Couldn't be me. Meanwhile, I'm literally allergic to trees. Alright, so this is going to be extremely expensive either way. There we go. So this was my first bigger build. I made a tower here, put mission data in it. They live there now. But I don't think they're even... I don't think they ever get on. Doesn't look like it. Also those. Basically, if it exists, I'm allergic to it. Just get good. Man. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. I might have to switch over to the hive and do quests. Because it's easier to keep moving. But, God, that tower is intimidating, sorry. It's just a lot. I should probably ask my wife if she wants to play. And crafting. Hello, sir. What do you want from me? No. Whoops, didn't see that. Imagine being allergic to normal things. Yep. I'm gonna play on the hive. Thank you. Checking my posture, thank you. I was definitely shrimping again. I love dirt. That's a Oompa Loompa. That's just the person's name. Gotta do a death run. Saw things and instantly closed YouTube. Why? Okay. Gotta play another game of Death Run. Um. Look at this. Oh god, I may be stupid, chat. It's okay, and it's okay. I just have to finish the game. I don't have to actually do well. Don't. Giancarlo. Hello. Welcome in. You just missed the whole trains portion of stream. How are you? I miss eating shrimp so. Ew, eating water bugs. We had a whole portion of stream about trains, silliest. Auto translate lying. I don't see the auto translate, so it must be okay. Damn. Hi, Belle. How are you? You've given him a stick? I mean, that might help his feelings too. It's quite hard not to be happy with a good stick. I don't want mine. How are you, Belle? Greetings from Bolivia. Yo! Spanish follower. People are everywhere. Majorly. Okay, I'm going back to the hub real quick. Gotta check my quest. Have another doctor's appointment on Thursday. Oh. Anything special? The hive died and let me starting the questmaster and unable to do anything. Staring at the questmaster. Oop. Ooh, gravity quest. I'm gonna do the gravity quest. Would you like to join me in my gravity quest, silliest? You can just join me. Like I can invite you. Let's invite this gay nerd here. Now you were doing quests and stuff, right? Did you need? I'd give you a minute to get your quests and stuff. Some of you realize I've been procrastinating progress on my. Oh, I'm not allergic, just disgusted. The silliest was trying to obtain quest. Let's allow him to obtain quests before. Oh, we're already in the same server. Okay. I was just checking. I'm still working. Okay. So you can type /quest into your text into your chat box. It'll show you. Gonna sue my roommate. Uh-oh. So what do you mean by procrastinating on your transition, hun? There's no hard maps. Oh, there's one hard map. Okay. I gotta do 3 hard maps. That's what I gotta do. And you get bad time areas because you turn down the lights. Child. Literally get good. I've been hiding in the shell that is boy moding. Yeah. Oh. Ba 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 da 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 da. Ba 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 da 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 da. Wait a minute, what did I just see? Someone went offline. Hello, Lando. How are you? You got this, silly. You got this. Chat, encourage our resident boy. Nyum. Also need to buy more clothes. I fucking get it, hon. Through the O. Oh, you know your way around. Oh, you were so close. Just a couple blocks off. You know what you're doing. You got this. Get it, get it, get it. Oh. Been a bit since I've been called that. It's mainly a car, you know. Look, people can't pronounce Lando? Lucario Lando? I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm wonder if something's wrong with me here. No! He broke him toes on the broke his toes on the bottom of the map. Come on, come on, come on. No! Come on, chat. He got this. He can do this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get in there. Get in there. No, they don't know how to pronounce Lucario. Oh. Well, if you don't know about Pokemon, I guess I can see it. You know. Oh no. Right. Damn. I'm managing to understand some English from studying your stream. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for not reading that sooner. I missed it completely. I'm good. I'd stay for longer. I was supposed to. Uh-oh. That was like the worst I've ever done. Uh-oh. I'm doing well. How are you? Giancarlito. Okay. Things happen, silly. You can do this. Oh, there's 2 hard maps. 2 hard maps. Sweet, I can finish my quest. Burrow sucks ass, but it's also, you know, it's gonna be okay. I struggle a lot on Burrow. There's a lot of people who are better than me on Burrow. Most of the maps I tend to like, you know, I kind of know my way around, I guess. In we go. Bum 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 ba ba da 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 dun dun dun. Oh shit, I backed up too hard. Maybe if I back up and go forward. Yep, back up and go forward. That was the method. And then triangles is easy GG every time. Oh, I broke my toes. It's okay. People are skipping abstract. Abstract's easy as fuck though. Oh no, I'm gonna get 2nd place. Oh god, I might even get 3rd. Oh shit, I'm bad. I'm really bad. I got my quest though, it's okay. Let's go watch Silly. Burrow. Yeah. Burrow is difficult. What kind of uncultured swine can't pronounce Lucario? Okay. I got good and don't have to skip anymore. Mm-hmm. I definitely believe you, Recruit. This is silly. You're hitting the wall. Oh. Back? Okay. I used the back and then forward strategy. I see you. That's a... Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Also, Burrow's easy. Sure, Recruit. That's why you had to skip it that one time. Child. You can do this, hun. Boy. Like, are we just repeatedly falling with silly? Oh shit, I hadn't even considered going that way. That's probably so much easier. 43 times today. Sure. The fact that was the PB. Oh god. I guess my quest is done, but I hadn't thought about it. How's your quest going, Silly? Excuse me, don't badmouth my favorite Pokemon, Lucario. Quest is just to leaderboard 3 times. Oh, okay. Okay, so after this we should play... I have what might be a sneaky method of making it happen, Silly. In Ground Wars, you get there are leaderboard spots for the most objects thrown and the most blocks destroyed. Do not play Block Party. It's not going to be easy. I mean, do play Block Party, but not for leaderboarding stuff. Doing the opposite of bad mouthing. Luke Rio. Yeah. Recruit is a skill issue. Life is a skill issue. Oh shit, I got a best time. Nice. Well, when Silly finishes, we can go hub. Where is he? So close, child. And yet so far. Okay, let's try Ground Wars because I think you can just Do you enjoy making videos to see your followers grow, gain their trust, and earn their affection? Oh shit, I didn't mean to. Go hub. Go hub. Alright, so what should we do? What would be the easiest to get Silly some leaderboard spots? I don't know how good you'd be at PvP. Do you want to try Ground Wars? On pulsing, and yet so far. Oh, please. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's obviously a point, Giancarlito. There's a point to, there's YouTube fucking die. Oh god, I'm sorry. Ground Wars? Egg. There's definitely a degree. Just hung a moment. Uh-oh. There's definitely a moment or a point, a part of content creation that is just desiring affection, and I admit I do that quite a lot. I want that badly, but I also just have fun making things. Oh. I swear, guys, I used to be able to make this. At my legs. Shit. Fabrizio. Chino. Anyone in here that I recognize? Angela Smalls? No. Illibrim? Not particularly. We might be in a different lobby just because of location. Merely that is not died. My dog would wag a little and pass the fuck out of sleep because he's 15. Yeah. Giggling at my stats are just zeros. Uh-oh. So remember, Silliest, you want to do as much violence as you can. Hey, could you tell Silly something for me? Uh-oh. I suppose. The more things you break, because there's points for most eggs thrown and blocks broken. So like, found a cutie. Ah, hi. Thank you. How are you, Plain Manor? Whoa. I'm missing. Good, good. Shit, 7 and 4. Okay, good. The Space Fox says you're cute, Silliest. Look, they're all waiting, trying to pick off the last point. Damn. Shit, I'm not getting... You should have had to work early, so gotta go. Flexible hours. Good luck, mage. Be safe. God damn. How many blocks destroyed? How many eggs thrown, silliest? It's one of the things. No proof. That's one of those leaderboard spots. Or we could do Death Run. Do you think you'd do well in Death Run? Hopping over here so it'll stop dying. I don't know why it's dying. As far as I can tell, my connection's pretty strong. I miss my wife. So embarrassed. It's so embarrassing. So, oop. Boy. Only need luck falling asleep quickly. Oh. Eat internet media. Y'all recruit Stinky. 100% most certainly recruit Stinky. I don't make the rules. It's just how it is. No message from wife, day ruined. Damn, I just got dunked on. Being blind, killing someone while blind. Damn it, I was hoping that I could get that imposter. Where he's shaking his butt. Why? Recruit is Stinky to clarify. Okay, chat. I think I need to like level myself out and get comfy. Do you want to switch back to gravity for your quest, silliest, or do you think maybe you'd do well at Death Run? I mean, obviously end a match or at least build phase, not right now. Finding out I'm a cozy gamer? Yeah. I'm really not doing well. I blame recruit. And recruit's probably why. Oh. No, there's no way I was the best. Oh, yeah, see? Hi, recruit. Recruits why. New game. We're being followed, silliest. Damn, recruit joined twice. Must have wanted in bad. Okay. I had to do laundry tonight after stream. If I make it to the end of stream, y'all might find out just how much of an eepy person I am. Damn. There's me. I'm a villain. Ugh, I'm doing so badly. 3-0. Your stream crashing actually reminded me. That's the thing. My stream didn't fucking crash on my end. Oh, my controller sure did. Great. Wonderful. Thanks, Xbox controller. Oh. That's really sweet, hun, but I don't really do Java. Oh yes, power going out, but like one does cause the other. No. Oh, I mean, you said yesterday. Oh god, I thought you meant today for some reason. Oh god, I'm so, you can tell how tired I am. I just I don't have Java set up. Really neat seeing I have viewers from so far away. I didn't mean to block that. YouTube fucking Twitch auto mod did. Guys, I'm so tired. May I go to sleep? I hate ending early, but I feel like with all the stress from my recent power struggles, I have failed to eat. Oh shit. Get some rest. Get and rest. Okay. I'm gonna disband party. I'm really sorry for ending early. Yeah, Silly did well. Really sorry for ending early. But I gotta start my laundry and really lay down and try to rest. Good night, nerds. Oh wait, we'll raid out. We'll raid out on Twitch side. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna forget. I'm not gonna forget this time. Okay, YouTube side. I will see you tomorrow. Papa.